talk shows there's like ESPN talk shows literally having whole segments about Bryce Young's height. That's pretty crazy to me. Just talking about another man's height, but it's just pretty insane. I think people are overblowing this situation because they're talking about how he's gonna be injured, injury prone, and fragile. I'm gonna let you know, Andrew Luck. Remember Andrew Luck? He was like the prototypical quarterback. He was tall and everything. He was injured mostly. Like he would get injured a lot because he would take hits and all that stuff. And he was big and all that. So I don't really think it matters that much how big you are because you saw what happened to Andrew Luck. That's why he had to retire because of all the concussions he had, all the injuries he took. I think it's kind of overblown because if he has the talents, if you're expecting him to be one of the best quarterbacks already, I've seen Daniel Jeremiah and Todd McShay say that he has Patrick Mahomes level kind of talent. So if he has that type of talent, I don't really think height is really going to be the biggest concern. If you really think he's that good, you can't just heights really shouldn't be that big of a concern to me. Because, yeah, that's my opinion. What are your thoughts about this?
Yeah, I just kind of think that they see Kyler Murray running around, and you know how Kyler Murray gets injured like every year. I'm pretty sure that's what they assume with Bryce Young. I feel like if you could put the right protection in front of him, though, I mean, he's already used to dealing with bigger linemen. All the linemen at Bama are pretty much NFL linemen. So they're the same size as them and everything, playing in the SEC too. So I'm pretty sure he's already used to like having to see over the line and stuff like that. So I don't really think it should affect him too much. Last time I checked, he was listed at 6 feet. I don't know what like his official like combine height's gonna come in at, but like you said, I mean the talent's there. You saw the talent. I mean, I was there for the UT and Bama game, University of Texas versus Alabama. This dude got locked up the entire time, but when it mattered the most, Bryce Young led a drive all the way downfield, got a winning touchdown for Alabama. He showed why he is a Heisman. He made Heisman-level plays when the game mattered the most. And I don't really think that teams are going to focus too much about it. I don't really think it's going to be a huge concern for the teams that are drafting. You know, I was listening to the Shane Steichen interview yesterday, and he did already say, you know, the head coach for Indianapolis, he already said that height and weight won't really matter. It's been proven many times before that, I mean, it can work, especially when you have a guy as talented as Bryce Young. And also Chris Ballard, too, GM of the Indianapolis Colts. He was also saying that the height and, you know, the specific prototype QB, it won't really be too much of a factor when they're picking their QBs. They come in all shapes and sizes. You could get different production from a different style. I don't really think it'll be a huge concern for most teams. I could be wrong. Maybe some teams are just like dead set on having a certain prototype, having that specific type of QB that they want. But like you said, Andrew Luck got beat up too. Ben Roethlisberger got beat up too throughout his career. It all depends on the type of protection you can put around him. Cam Newton, he's a big guy. He ended up getting injured too. So it's mostly about the protection you put in front of them, as well as how much they're willing to take care of themselves too. How often they're putting themselves in like terrible situations where they're going out and getting smacked by linebackers and stuff like that. So I really don't think it should have a huge impact on the way teams decide to draft. It certainly won't have an impact on the way Indianapolis decides to draft. I'm assuming that's how it's going to be for some of the other NFL teams that have a chance. But those are my thoughts.
Yeah, I wanted Drew Brees. Wasn't Drew Brees pretty short too? He was like 5'11".
Drew Brees was like 6 feet flat. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was.
And he was a pure pocket passer
yeah.
too. It's not even like he was the most talented guy where he could run around and do some of the stuff that Bryce Young does either.
He was one of the most toughest quarterbacks that I've ever seen play. And he was not that tall either. He wasn't the prototypical build. And yeah, of course, you just said he was a pocket quarterback. He was on the pocket mostly every time, so he would take those hits. And he was one of the most toughest quarterbacks. Exactly. Yeah, he really didn't deal with that many injuries in his career. So yeah, I think it's kind of an overblown thing.
Yeah,
All right,
put him in the
next
right
headline from the
system, get the
combine.
right protection in front of him. As
Oh,
long
yeah.
as he can protect himself, he doesn't throw himself at danger like Carson Wentz and Andrew Luck and Joe Burrow. I mean, he'll be good.